Today for computer science, what we're doing is a performance quiz. This is kind of a wrap-up for right now to HTML and CSS. And instead of having a multiple choice kind of quiz, what we're going to do is you're going to have to do a little bit of writing of HTML, and you're going to have to do a little bit of writing of CSS. And I'm going to quickly show you, if you're doing this away from school, if you have to be home or if you're absent, you're still expected to do it. You'll just have to know a couple of things. If you're at school, everybody's getting a copy of this handout, which leads you through what you're doing. You're going to be writing a page about the 13 original colonies of the United States. And you'll start like this. The first thing is to create an H1 heading that says something like the original 13 colonies. After you do, and you'll get to the web lab, you'll start with a new page, and that will be the first thing that you code in the body of the document, an H1 heading that says the original 13 colonies. Part 2, next thing, create an H3 heading that says something like American History 101, something like that. Next part 3, create a paragraph that says something like, it doesn't have to be word for word, but something like the United States started as 13 colonies on the East Coast. Here's a list of the 13 colonies, just a short paragraph. Next part 4, is going to be a list. It's going to be a list that shows the names of the colonies. It can be ordered or unordered. You just have to work on writing it. And here is a list of the names in case you don't have those memorized and you don't know how to spell them. There they are. Keep it rolling. After the list is done, the next thing that you do on the page is one more paragraph. You have to code in one more paragraph. It's a closing paragraph, and wrap it up however you want to. This, I said in this example, there's your list of colonies, or if you could include something like, if you're feeling creative, you could suggest another colony that you wish would have been there, such as the colony of pizza. So you can wrap it up. You can get a little creative. You can wrap it up, write another paragraph, close it. And then the last thing you have to do is switch over to the style.css page and style it some. And I'm not going to tell you, it says here, change or add classes or rules, right? You could do some classes if you want to. Classes are not required necessarily, but you have to change or add rules or classes to style the document, and at least 3 style rules or classes, all right? And then you got to click the share button and turn it in when you're all done. Now, just so you see an example, let's go here. All right, here's mine. You're getting a peek at mine. So this is what mine looks like. Heading up here, subtitle right there, paragraph, list, closing paragraph. Over here, quick peek at my HTML. It's not that much. There's an H1 heading, there's an H3 heading, there's a paragraph, there is a list, paragraph, and then on the style.css, you're not going to style yours just like I styled mine, but I've got rules in there I've got a rule set for paragraphs. I have a rule set for H1 headings. I have a rule set in there for H3 headings. I have a rule set for UL, unordered list. So that's it. That's what, and you know, the thing I'm interested in is, can you do this? Can you build it? Have you learned enough HTML and CSS to be able to sit down and do this task right here, where you build this little page that shows the original 13 colonies, and it meets all these requirements. It has the H1, it has the H3, it has a paragraph, it has a list, it has another paragraph, and then they are also styled. That's it. That's what this is about. If you have any questions, if you're doing this from home, if you have any questions, you run into problems, you can email me. That's the best way to do it. Send me an email and tell me what's going on, and I'll figure out a way to get connected with you. And because I can look at your code even if you don't turn it in. There's ways I can look at your code and make suggestions about what might be going wrong if you're having trouble. So don't be afraid to email me and ask for help if you need it. But that's what this performance quiz that we're doing in this lesson on HTML and CSS, that's what it's all about. So there you go. Take off.